group, are there other ways to reduce his fee? And you can begin to look at all the expense areas. Ms. McNeil, I think that's what you're suggesting, that, is there a way to reduce busing? Is there a way to schedule some of the smaller sports so that the events occurring at the same time in scheduling so that they can use one bus?
That our kids can make up these costs. And if this community believes these are important for our students, then that's what's going to happen.
That's right.
And I agree.
Because right now we got to look at the total costs and be a cost neutral, absent a passage of the levy.
And that was
for citizens to look at this and just jump to conclusions that, the kids ought to be able to pay for that, when kids already have to buy the shoes to play tennis.
Through to do this. The second piece to that is I agree with the detail. There are over 78 individual activities. From that, I'm not sure that we need 78 individual fees for each of the specific activities. Currently, within the negotiated agreement, there are 8 specific categories that are identified that we pay supplementals on.
To share the cost, we've asked this community group to look at the whole spectrum, and each one has its importance.
Right.
And so we've now come up with this number. I guess I don't want to get into is it $50,000 for building use assumption, or should it be 45? Is it,
they're going to have to,
I think
our treasurer did the professional groundwork on this.
Right, and I think that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking this is the number. We were asked to supply a number. We're going to supply this number. It isn't for someone to go back now and say, well, I think it should be
negotiation.
But my point is that you've come up with these numbers after a lot of time and energy. You've talked to other districts about what should go into this. You're saying it's an all-in number. Other districts may not have an all-in number.
Many districts do not. Many districts, it's a contribution to. In our particular case, is that the assumption that was built into the levy amounts that we were asking for is that it would cover 100% of this particular number.
My point being, the board's charge was revenue neutral.
Correct, and that's what this reflects. But I wanted to make that absolutely certain that the board knew what the number was for revenue neutral as we move forward.
Okay, I accept that.
The assumption being that everything is in place, that will stay in place as we've had it. And that's come from board decision to, yes, offer a bowling league to get other students involved in extracurricular.
Correct.
And I go back to that initial report from the Citizens Committee with what we don't have in Middletown that other area schools have. The middle school golf program to feed into the high school program. And we can go back to that list and say this is nothing extraordinary, but this is basic to what area schools have to offer for extracurriculars for students.
Correct. And this was informational purposes only. I will be bringing a recommendation from what I'm hearing is that we'll look at this as a fee standpoint based upon the 8 categories as opposed to the full 78.